Hi guys, all right, so I am going to give you a breakdown of exactly how I do my boho braids. This is the simplest way for me to do on myself. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. For this look, I will be using 3 bundles of the 427 blend. And this is 18 inches. All 3 of these bundles are 18-inch, so they're fairly long. Of course, you can make it however long you want, but let's get right into this video. So I do have one more braid left. So my parts are free parts. I did not want to do square because it's a lot trying to map out square parts all over your head and, you know, get them to look right. So free parts work better for me, and I do like the way they fall. So let's get right into this braid. So I'm gonna grab my piece. I'm using Shine and Jam. So I just put a little bit on the base of my hair. Now, separating the boho hair, I don't use too big of a piece, and also I don't use too small of a piece. So this is about the size pieces that I'm using. When you pull it apart, it does make your braids have that really big fluffy effect. So I would say if you're someone who likes your hair a little more flat, definitely use thicker pieces because it's more uniform rather than when you use a smaller one, it's kind of more fluffed out, if that makes sense. So each braid has multiple colors in there. So I'm just separating the hair. For the root of my braid, I do like to use a fairly bigger piece just to give my hair that volume. So typically like this is the size piece I'm going to use for the root. And in each braid, I want to say I'm using 5 to 8 strands of hair. So that is a lot of hair. Right now, I am on my 3rd bundle. So you can make it bigger than this if you want, but I do like this thickness. This is actually perfect for me. So back to the braid. The easiest way for me to do this is forward. So I'm gonna start with my jam. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start my braid. I'm going to grab my boho piece and just start braiding that in. So I do connect it about this far just so I can make sure the hair is actually braided in so it does not fall out. So you do want to braid it pretty tight, but not tight to the scalp, if that makes sense. So now I'm just going to grab my curl, get that out the way. I braid 1, 2 more times. Add another curl, go ahead and braid that in. Grab your curl, separate it, keep braiding. Now I'm going to go in with a darker color, keep braiding that in. Your braid is not going to look perfect just because the pieces that I'm adding are a little bit thicker. So sometimes they tend to stick out the braid, which is okay because at the end, you're just going to cut it off. So also what I do is I grab just a little bit of braiding hair and add that as I'm adding my boho hair. And I do this because it is quite hard to do your entire braid using just the boho hair because you're using more hair and it's not braiding hair. So, you know, pretty much as you get to the bottom, you have to use more and more boho hair. And for me, I like to tie the ends with the boho hair and then just cut off the braiding hair. I'll show you guys that in a second. So I'm just gonna keep on braiding. As you can see, the braiding hair made it a little bit longer, so you can also adjust the length that you want. So I'm just gonna keep adding hair until my desired length. Keep going. And another good way to make sure that the hair doesn't stick out as much is to use gel as you're braiding too, but you don't want to use too much. As you see, I only put gel at the root, but I will use it throughout the braid, just not too much because you don't want to get the boho pieces caked up with product. So you still want your hair to be full. So I'm gonna add about one more piece before I get to the end. Braid down, separate that curl. Braid, braid, braid. As you can see, it's sticking out a lot, so we're just gonna cut that off. So I'm gonna braid down a little bit more, and then I'll show you guys how I end the braid and secure it. So for your end piece, you will use a fairly large piece as well, just to make sure the ends have enough volume, just like the rest of your hair. So you're gonna take your end, and I'm just gonna go ahead and braid that in. And pretty much what I do is just braid it down maybe like 10 times. And then this is where the braiding hair also helps. So I'm gonna take a small piece of the braiding hair, and I'm gonna go ahead and tie it in about 3 knots. Okay, so after my knots, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some nail glue. You literally only need a tiny dot. So after that, you're gonna grab your braiding hair piece and just wrap it around to secure the end and make a little knot. So this ensures that your boho piece is not coming out at all. That's why I braid it down a little bit and then do that. So now I'm just gonna separate the braiding hair from the curl, like so. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the braiding hair off. Now I'm gonna go back in and cut off all the pieces that are sticking out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut all the pieces that are sticking out off. All right. Now, as you can see, this is, I feed it in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 at the end. So yeah, 8 pieces on this braid, and you can tell by the thickness, just this one braid alone, super thick. So I do know I like to wear my hair to the side a lot. So what I like to do is kind of layer the hair, just like I would do any other weave, just to frame my face a little bit. That's the benefit of having the boho braids on the ends as well. You can kind of style it a little bit better like you would a sew-in, if that makes sense. I absolutely love this color mix, 27 and 4. This is super cute. I want to go out the country now. This is so bomb. EayonHair definitely gets an A+ from me. This is gorgeous. I love it. Yeah, this color is amazing. I am definitely impressed. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and wet the hair and show you guys what it looks like wet. All right, guys, so this is the hair wet. Definitely a little more toned down for my girlies that don't like super big hair, but you know, still a lot of hair, a full head of hair. This style isn't heavy at all. I mean, I could definitely feel, you know, it's hair on my head, but it's not uncomfortably heavy, which I absolutely love. So now I'm just gonna put a little bit of mousse. This is Lotta Body with honey milk. Not too crazy. Just to keep my curls defined, I'm just gonna rub a little bit of that through. For boho maintenance, I do like to wet my hair every other day or daily and just finger detangle like so. So you would just run your fingers through the hair like that daily, just to make sure your curls don't stick together. But other than that, this style is not too crazy with maintenance, but yeah. One thing I do like is even after you wet it, it will still, you know, dry and be bigger and still have a little bit of volume. So being wet does not take away that full curly effect. So I do like that. If you are a person who likes more weighed down hair, I would suggest putting more product. For me, I do just like using water and just a tiny bit of mousse. Sometimes, not even, sometimes I don't use mousse, but yeah, if you like that volume, just go ahead and wet it and then let it air dry. I also like to put a little bit of Bio Silk in my hair just to keep it not dry. So I do like a quarter size amount and kind of massage that all the way through like so. Give your hair a little bit of shine so it's not lackluster. Now I'm gonna show you guys the full hair after being wet. I love it. Guys, this style is so cute. I did half up, half down with a little bang in the front. Super cute. You can do plenty of styles with this hair. I love that it's so versatile. The thickness just gives it that complete look to where you can wear it up and it still looks amazing. EayonHair. Yes. You guys, so gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching. I will definitely have more tutorials for you guys. I will continue to be working with EayonHair. I love their hair. I have not been disappointed yet. You guys, go shop. All the links will be down below. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.